Hello, hi lovies. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to talk about today's topic, and it's really how to escape from needing validation to choosing yourself. So, I first want to mention that I have some notes with me today because I love just being prepared. Why you would need to be liked. Okay, so this is a rooted thing in our biology, actually. Before, if you were dismissed by the tribe, if you were kicked out of the group, then you would die. You would die. And so our brain is just rooted in this. It's rooted in survival. That is what our brain needs to do. And it's what it's always looking for. It's looking for pleasure and survival. So it's rooted to be liked because we want to be accepted. We want to be accepted by the tribe. And in psychology, we actually learn that being lonely is a huge killer for people, even more than drinking or smoking weed, right? Or I don't even know if I can say that. Anyways, so it is rooted in us to be like, so this is what I want to say. First of all, it's okay. It is okay that you have this. It is okay that you feel the need to be liked by everybody. And I understand. From my experience, life got so much better when I chose not to care what people think anymore because I had lived my whole life as a child wanting people to like me so much to the point where I would bring candy to school. So people would talk to me and people would just want to hang out with me because I was offering them something. So since then, I kind of went through a roller coaster of wanting to be liked to not wanting to be liked by anyone, and very like opposition, right? I used to be such a people pleaser to complete and utter rude, like one end of the spectrum. And life became so much more meaningful to me when I created this balance between like loving myself and loving other people and seeing love in everyone else, but also being able to hold those strict boundaries because boundaries is self-love. That is a huge part of self-love is being able to hold that boundary for yourself. So how it's harming you? Well, when you lose yourself, when you are constantly looking for validation in other people, you lose your true identity. You lose your purpose. We are human beings and we are unique. Each one of us is born with something to share. Each one of us has gone through life to be able to share and express to other people. If you are someone who has gone through hardships in your life, just understand it might be hard to accept, but everything that you have gone through, you've gone through one for a reason, and two, because you are not able to express and share to others how to go through the exact same thing. One thing I tell my clients is yes, you've gone through this really hard thing, but now you are able to spread that love and spread that awareness to other people who are going through it as well. And that is a gift. That is a gift. And that is exactly why I can talk about this because I was somebody who was so stuck in the stage of, oh, I need to be liked by everybody. And if I wasn't liked by anybody, if I wasn't liked by one person, I felt like my world was crumbling. Like I needed that validation. And so, yeah, you lose yourself, you lose a part of your identity. We're all unique. And since you're a baby, okay, you had this passion and this drive that was probably pushed down by society. If you think about it, a kid is running around in the store being who they are. They're not worried about what other people think about them. But because we're all programmed to be this way, it's hard to say because yes, one is biology, but two, it's also the programmable areas that society puts you in. Don't dance in front of people, you'll be seen as awkward. All of these things, it's not it's not you need to come back to who you are. For example, for me, when I was a kid, I was super confident. Like I love cheetah, right? And so I would wear cheetah print head to toe with my uh with my hat on, everything. And nobody could tell me anything about it. And when somebody did, when someone questioned me, why do you like cheetah so much? Because I do what I can. That was my answer. Genuinely, I was the most confident person ever. I would dance and I would sing. And then all of a sudden, society kind of teaches you care what people think. And your brain tells you if they don't like you, you're gonna die. So it's just a bunch of things coming at you in a sense of you this is why you need to conform to other people. But here, I want to break this. And yes, it takes time. It does take time. But once you come to a realization of, wow, I can really just validate myself, I don't need them to like me, I can like me, it is a different world. So, yeah, when you lose yourself, and this is horrible, we've seen this in relationships, people losing themselves. Why? Because they conform to the other person. Always know who you are. Another thing I tell my clients is take time for yourself because when you're always surrounded by people, that's beautiful, but you are absorbing their beliefs, you're absorbing their thoughts and how they go about life. If you take two people who don't know each other and force them to hang out every single day and they become best friends, let's say, they will start acting, looking, and speaking the same. That is because you become who you are around. Okay? The saying that you are the five people who you hang around with is so true. So, losing yourself. Number two, your worth is tied to others. This is a huge one. When you're somebody who is always looking for that external validation, you need somebody else to validate you. And it's almost like, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, so I'm trying to find a different wording. I'll try to say it. When you are addicted to something, you need that extra. Like social media, for example. Say right now you cut off all social media. You will feel so weird in your day. You need to fill your time. You need to do something. But without that, you're almost like craving it and you kind of need the dopamine hit that it gives you. Same with validation. Say you go to one friend, "Oh, I don't feel pretty in this." And they don't say anything, you're still craving that validation. You'll go to another person until you get that validation. The thing is, it's not fulfilling. Why is it not fulfilling? Because it's not coming from you. External validation, it means it's like if I could compare it to another thing, it's short-term gratification. It feels good for a short period of time, but then you need that re-up. And then all of a sudden you become this person who's constantly craving other people's validation and opinion and attention. But when you can do that for yourself, it is constant. You don't need other people to tell you look good. You don't need other people to tell you did good because you know you did good and you can tell yourself that you did good. So your worth is tied to other people. This is a huge one. And for me, I had this experience, a lot of this in relationships. I experienced this because I felt like I felt like I always needed to be in a relationship, and that's a whole different video. But my worth was tied to, oh, did they call me pretty today? Oh, did they text me back? Did Are they looking at other people? That was how my worth was tied to other people, and it sucks. You are placing your value into another person's hands. And we do not do that anymore. We do not do that over here. And this is why we're getting over this. It hurts you, it hurts your soul. You do not need to do this to yourself. When your worth is tied to other people, it's like the saying, if your worth isn't tied to the Lord, then you allow other people to tell you who you are. Same thing. Because my worth is tied to me, someone can tell me, Alexis, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I have gone through what I've gone through so I can share my experience. No one can take that away from me. No one can take the knowledge that I have away from me. No one can take the love I have for myself away from me because I have built this, right? And it's not coming from another person. I have spent so much of my life, I had spent so much of my life chasing this feeling of wanting to be loved and wanting to be liked that when I turned it to myself, it was beautiful. I got to see myself fully and truly. Yeah. And it lowers your self-worth and respect. When you are always chasing this constant gratification and I'm trying to find the word here. Hmm. You don't respect yourself as much. Think about it. If somebody came to you every day and was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't feel good. I don't look good," and was constantly asking you, "How do I look? How do I look? How do I look?" You're just going to automatically subconsciously assume, well, this person doesn't really love themselves. And it's still something that may be conscious, but it's definitely subconscious. And so it does lower your self-worth and respect. So now we've talked about how this need for validation, how is not helping. It's it's not working, okay? Here is how to choose yourself. One, instead of asking, do they like me? Ask, do I like me? Or do I even like them? A lot of us spend so much time worrying about other people and how they're perceiving us that we kind of don't we tend to create this mask and show up to other people how we assume or think they want us to show up instead of really just being our true selves and attracting those who are meant for us and repelling those who aren't. So instead of asking every time you ask, do they like me? Do they think I'm weird? Should I have said that? Overthinking. Ask yourself, do I like me? Right? Because it's everything is a mirror. When you're assuming someone else doesn't like you, it's probably because you don't like something about yourself in that situation, in that moment, whatever. And this will lead you to be able to really analyze it and see, oh, I don't even like this about myself. So, how can I not change it, but how can I better myself in this way? And how can I quantum leap essentially into a new version or better version of myself? And do I even like them? That's a big thing that I started doing because I would catch myself all the time being like, wow, I don't think they like me. I don't think they like me. But most of the time, I didn't even like them. So why was I worried about if they liked me or not? It didn't make sense. Step two, stop asking for other people's opinions. This is a big one and was a big one for me. Every outfit I wore, oh my gosh, do you like this? Do you think this is good? Every content thing that I was about to post. Do you think you like this? Do you like this? And it's different if it's coming from like, oh my gosh, look what I just did. I'm so proud of it. I would love for you to see it. Then, do you like this? Is it good? Should I post it? Should I wear this tonight? Do I look fat in it? No, don't do that around here. We are validating ourselves. And if you feel the need to ask somebody else, do I like this? Do you like this? Do I look good in this? You probably don't think you look good in it yourself. And if you don't, then change to something you feel good in. And if not, validate yourself. Tell yourself, yeah, I look good. I look so good. I love myself. I'm so right? Whatever floats your boat. But seriously, stop asking other people for their opinions on what on what you're doing with your life. They have different beliefs than you. They have different experiences, different life experiences. They've gone through different things than you. And so the only person that it actually matters to hear, yes, you look good in that, is yourself, is you. But at the end of the day, if you have friends who aren't cheering you on, if you have a partner who isn't cheering you on, what are you doing? Like they're not. Get new ones. Seriously, get people who uplift you all the time. But if you're chasing that validation from them, that is a problem. Step three, speak to yourself like your best friend. You are your biggest cheerleader, okay? One thing I do all the time, Alexis, you did so good today. If I am going to the gym and I really didn't want to go, good job, Alexis. I am so proud of you. Sometimes I speak to myself in the third person because sometimes no one is going to be there for you. Sometimes no one is going to validate you. Sometimes no one is going to cheer you on when you really need it. And so you need to be able to do that for yourself. Speak to yourself like your best friend. I know all of you guys have a best friend who you would never tell them, "Oh, you're so stupid for doing that. Oh, you're so wrong for this." So why do you speak to yourself in that manner? Why do you tell yourself, "Oh, I'm so dumb"? Why do you speak harshly to yourself if you wouldn't speak harshly to your best friend? It doesn't make sense. Love yourself like you love your best friend. Be honest with your best friend, but lovingly, compassionately, right? So you are your biggest cheerleader. You're always going to be your biggest cheerleader. And this is the thing. A lot of people, we are our biggest haters. That's what the world has come to. You mess up and it's, oh my gosh, I'm so this. I'm so stupid. How could I have done this? Be somebody different and be someone who tells yourself, wow, this was a good learning experience. I have learned from this and I can grow from this and I still love you unconditionally. One time I was going to my G license and I was in the car and I started worrying, like, oh my goodness, what if I fail this test? My mom's gonna be so mad at me. Da 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 da. And I just kind of caught my overthinking loop. And I told myself, Alexis, I will love you either way. And I just started bawling my eyes out because I talk about self love all the time, but that was one of a really big moment for me when I realized that this is what unconditional love looks like and feels like. Because we always say, yes, our parents love us conditionally. Yes, God loves us conditionally, but it's never, I love me unconditionally. And until I started repeating these things in my head, Alexis, even if you fail that exam, I will love you no matter what. Alexis, even if you accidentally sleep in today, I will still love you. And it's not of a way to excuse poor behavior. I definitely hold myself accountable. And that's another thing with self love is holding yourself accountable because no, that person didn't do it to you. They did something to you, but you are responsible for your reaction. Okay, different video. But I still hold myself accountable to the point where I can make change. And when I've done something that I know I shouldn't have, I hold myself to accountable to a point where I know I'm going to change. It's not going to be like that again. But it's really just choosing to be compassionate with myself instead of hating myself. Because in a world where everybody hates themselves, I want to be someone who loves myself. And fourth is treat yourself how you'd want to be treated. So, for me, a big one for validation was I was always chasing something. I was chasing, oh, you look good. Oh, you did this well. Oh, you're an awesome friend. Or you do, wow, look how much discipline you have. I was always chasing something. And when I got to pinpoint what it was, I was able to give this to myself. So, some of my clients, I actually tell them, in relationships, what are you chasing? What are you craving? And for a lot of them, it's being seen, well, physical touch. And so in this, they're placing their worth and their value in their partner. If they don't get it, they get frustrated, and that's placing their power in the partner. And so one thing I'll tell them to do is give this to yourself, and they'll be like, "How am I supposed to give myself physical touch?" Girl, I hug myself all the time. When I'm sad, I hug myself. When I'm happy, I hug myself. And it's just beautiful. Like, guys, do it. Hug yourself. It's so beautiful. I love hugging myself. So, yeah, giving yourself the treatment and how you'd want to be treated. For example, for me in relationships, one thing that I love is receiving flowers. And right now I'm not in a relationship, but that is something I do for myself all the time. I just give myself flowers. I cook myself amazing meals instead of going out to eat fast food because why? Because I love myself and I want to cater to myself in the best way possible. And fifth thing is choose yourself daily. Choose yourself every single day. There's moments in time where I have felt like, oh, I really want this, but everyone's telling me this. And I found so much self love when I've chosen what I wanted to do, what Alexis says is good for me. Because we can burn out so much when we always conform to what everyone else wants us to be, say, do, right? But when you allow yourself to choose you, it's incredible. And there's multiple ways to choose yourself. One thing that I love to do is the five love languages, right? Physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, all these things. I give them to myself. And so what this will look like, physical touch, literally hugging myself. I do this in like so many times. It's honestly insane. Hugging myself, quality time. I'll sit down and meditate. Alexis, how are you doing today? And I'll feel my emotions and I'll just be present with myself, right? Quality time. Words of affirmation. Alexis, you are beautiful. I love you so much. All of them, every single, 1 second, guys. Every single love language I give to myself. So here are some questions that you guys might have. What if no one likes me? No one will like the real you if you are putting on a face for everybody else. Personally, I'd rather be hated for who I am truly than to be loved for someone I am not. And this is what happens when you choose yourself and you become authentic. People are going to hate you. But to be honest, even when you have that fake face on, people hate you. It doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing, people will hate you. Just allow yourself. Isn't it so much easier to just allow yourself to be yourself to a point where you love yourself truly and fully? And people will come and be attracted to you. Not in like that way, but just in general, people will be attracted to you when you're authentic. And those people who are attracted to you are authentic themselves, true to themselves, and who are like you in a certain sense. But if you're fake, you're going to attract people who aren't like you. They're just not. For example, one thing that I used to do to fit in was gossip. I used to gossip all the time because I realized it brought me a lot of friends. One, a lot of people love to connect in a negative manner. Oh, you don't like this person? Now we're friends. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me anymore, but that is one thing that I did to be liked and to be appreciated and to fit in society. And now I do the complete opposite. If someone's around me and gossiping about someone else and they try to bring me in the conversation, one, I will ignore it. Two, I will bring something else into conversation because I'm not gossiping. It's draining. It doesn't do anything. It's not beneficial for anybody. And with that, I will bring in people who have like good things to say when I'm speaking to them. They have quality things to speak about to me instead of other people. If you guys know the saying, broke people speak about other people, middle class speak about events, and rich people speak about ideas. I've taken that idea and have ran with it. Now, when I'm in conversation with people, obviously it's about getting to know them, building rapport. But at the same time, I'm presenting ideas to people and seeing how we can correlate, how we can bounce back, how we can build something, even if it's separate. But that is one thing I love doing. And another question, how long did it take? So going from somebody who really needed that validation, who felt like, oh my goodness, I just want to be liked by everybody. How long did it take? And honestly, there's a couple answers. 1 second. It took me 1 second to choose no. I am no longer chasing validation from people. I'm going to love myself unconditionally. Two, a long time because this takes a choice every single day. Every single day it's a choice. I could go back to somebody who needs that validation because it's as much as it's a switch to start changing, it's a muscle that you grow continuously. Why? Well, one, society, again, programs you to want to be like. Two, it's literally in our brain. But as we know with epigenetics, you can change how your brain functions. You can change your thoughts and all these things, right? So it does take 1 second and a long time. But I'll use the analogy of going to the gym. It takes 1 second to say, okay, I'm going to the gym and making that a firm agreement to yourself. And then it takes another decision every single day to show up and be that person who goes to the gym. So it is two answers for that one. How do I start liking myself? Understand you live with yourself every day. Every single day, this is who you live with. Nobody else. From the day you're born to the day you die, you are with yourself every single second of the day. And a lot of people make that miserable. A lot of people hate themselves. They hate being alone. They hate looking in the mirror. But you can make that place the best place in the world. So before I hated being alone, I always felt like I needed to be with other people. Why? Craving validation. But now when I'm alone, it's one of the most calming and peaceful and loving places that I can be because I give myself so much love. And in that, I actually have a higher standard for other people. If they're coming in my life and doubting me or putting me down, I don't tolerate it. Why? Because I don't even do that to myself. So why would I tolerate other people doing it to me? Right? Yeah, so that was a really good video. I know that you took something from this video. If you have any tips, just comment down below. It was so beautiful having you guys here today, and I'm so excited for the next one. Like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I also am a self-love coach. For coaching applications, I do have it in the link of my bio of my Instagram, and probably in my link tree of my bio of my YouTube. So, mwah, have an awesome day.